Local breaking news on your Fast Track to 7 this Wednesday morning. We are getting a live look right here at the cleanup underway at a South Fargo apartment building after an early morning water emergency. Firefighters were called to the 4900 block of 47th Street South around 3 this morning.
And we're going to take you on a look inside as well. They say that a pipe for a water heater in the mechanical room burst, sending that water rushing out the door. You can see it pooling there in the hallway. They say most of the first floor units are also flooded at this time. No word yet on what caused that pipe to burst. Also breaking this morning, the crash of a U.S. military aircraft. Japanese Coast Guard officials now saying one person has died. They found a debris field in the ocean off of their southern coast as well. After getting an emergency call from a fishing boat near the crash site, this video is just new this morning.
And there's no word yet on the status of the 5 others who were on board that Osprey aircraft. The Coast Guard says the aircraft had departed from the U.S. Marine Corps Air Station Yamaguchi and was en route to a base in Okinawa. The pilot apparently attempted to make an emergency landing at the Yakushima airport before crashing. The Osprey is a hybrid aircraft that takes off and lands like a helicopter, but during flight it can rotate its propellers forward and then cruise faster like an airplane. The family of American businessman Paul Whelan says he was attacked yesterday by a fellow prisoner at the Russian labor camp where he's currently serving a 16-year sentence. The U.S. says Whelan is wrongfully detained by Russia, which accused him of being a spy.
Whelan's brother says Paul asked a fellow inmate to stop blocking a production line, and the other man hit him in the face, knocking him to the ground. Other prisoners then intervened when the man went after Whelan, again with a pair of scissors in his hand, allegedly. Whelan's family says Paul is a target because of the anti-American sentiment among those prisoners.
The FBI is now conducting an investigation of what led to the stabbing of former Minneapolis Police Chief Derek Chauvin. He is serving a 22-year sentence for the murder of George Floyd and was stabbed last week in a medium-security Arizona prison.
The Bureau of Prisons is not releasing details surrounding that stabbing, but Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison says Chauvin is in stable condition at this time. Ellison also says there's now concern about the safety of Chauvin's 3 co-defendants in Floyd's death. You see them on your screen there. J. Alexander King, Thomas Lane, and Totow also serving time in different federal prisons.
There is joy in India this morning as 41 construction workers are back with their families after being trapped in a mine for 17 days. The workers were pulled out yesterday through a passageway made of welded pipes. As each worker surfaced, officials put garland around their neck as rescuers and relatives cheered.
Yeah, smiles and celebrations in that video you just saw. The workers were stuck underground since November 12th when the tunnel they were working on collapsed, blocking their only exit. They survived on food and oxygen supplied through narrow steel pipes as part of that overall rescue mission.
It is 6:53 right now on our Wednesday morning. Let's get a check of your forecast as we round out the month of November. Good morning, Shelby.
Good morning, Jordan and Ashlyn. Right now on this Wednesday, we have a beautiful start to the day with a beautiful sunrise here, taking a look out east into Moorhead and areas of Minnesota. But our temperatures this morning are sitting much cooler than we normally are. 19 now in Fergus Falls, 29 in Jamestown, 25 still here in Fargo with some breezier winds. And throughout your day today, we're not going to have any impacts as we continue to have clear and quiet and calm skies this morning. But otherwise, our temperatures are going to slowly increase into those 20s. And take a look at this. This is our wind chills right now. Now, some areas like Crookston are still in those single digits because of that wind chill temperature. But otherwise, most of us are sitting just below our temperatures with this morning. And throughout the day today, we're going to continue to have our air temperature get into those mid to low 40s, at least here in Fargo, getting to around 43 degrees with plenty of sunshine and some slightly breezy winds out of the west. And later tonight into the early hours of tomorrow morning, we're going to have a cold front arrive and bring in some cooler temperatures in our afternoon and have some breezier winds as well. But taking a look for your hometown planner this afternoon, some 30s in areas of Minnesota, but some 40s in North Dakota and some areas in the Southern Valley can even be in those mid to upper 40s and have that chance for getting into those 50s or getting at least close to the 50s. And for your 11-day planner, on Friday is the first day of our meteorological winter on December 1st, and we're still sitting right around average for at least Friday, and then the weekend arrives and we're going to have our temperatures continue to increase day by day, a little bit by little bit, and on Wednesday and Thursday next week. We're already having our air temperatures once again get into those 40s. A few chances of some snow this weekend, but otherwise, Jordan and Ashland, I don't know about you guys, but nothing to complain about here for our 11-day planners. We're still going to stay well above average with not as much snow as we saw last year.
A heat wave, and check out our gorgeous sunrise. This is an incredible Wednesday.
Yeah, really great midweek. We're liking it. Thank you, Shelby.
A Grand Forks man now accused of making threats against police officers. Court documents say police were called to the Bun Lounge the night of November 3rd for an unwanted person, and as 38-year-old Philip Huff was being escorted out, he allegedly told officers that their pictures would be next to Officer Cody Holte's and that they would be getting a, quote, 21-gun salute. Now, if you remember, Holte is the Grand Forks officer who was killed in the line of duty in 2020. Huff is now currently facing terrorizing charges.
A Fargo couple is facing felony charges for allegedly sharing child porn on Snapchat. Tracy and Cameron Thomas are charged with possession of child porn and promoting an obscene sexual performance by a minor. Court records say investigators traced IP addresses back to the couple after being flagged by Snapchat. Authorities say Tracy Thomas admitted that he downloaded about 20 images of child porn and then sent 3 of them to his wife, and that Cameron Thomas admitted to receiving those photos. The Fargo Dome expansion vote coming up on Tuesday, when voters will decide whether or not to approve a $140 million renovation and new convention center. The city auditor's office has already received about 300 absentee ballots. The proposal will need 60% approval to pass.
A yes vote will mean a 0.25% sales tax increase and a 3% lodging tax to pay for the project overall. The new work does not add any seating to the Fargo Dome, though. Officials say it focuses specifically on the amenities, the convenience, and improving the overall customer experience. Now, in a Valley News Live poll, about 800 of you said that you would vote yes for the project, while about twice as many, over 1,600, said they would be voting no.
A reminder, the special election is December 5th, with polls open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, you have to be a Fargo resident, and you can vote at 3 polling locations: the Fargo Dome, the Fargo Civic Center, or the Ramada Inn. The Wadena Deer Creek Minnesota boys hockey team debuted new equipment at its home game last night. All of the players are now wearing neck guards.
They're not mandated, though, but more athletes, teams, and leagues having the discussion following the tragic death of former NHL player Adam Johnson. He died after his throat was slashed by a skate blade. Wadena Deer Creek head coach Robbie Grendal says that the neck guards greatly reduce his concerns about putting his players on the ice. With Christmas shopping season officially underway, a lot of people also looking at those pesky delivery dates. Here are the main ones from the 3 biggest shippers on our holiday season. FedEx recommending a shipping date no later than December 15th for that 5-day home delivery.
The U.S. Postal Service recommending that holiday mail be sent out by December 16th for it to arrive by Christmas. If you're doing priority, you have 4 extra days, though, to get the packages in. The UPS says packages will need to be shipped out by December 19th using 3-day select if they're to be delivered by the 23rd. Now, check with your local area agency for other options, including international shipping deadlines. We have a traffic alert for I-94 drivers tonight and into tomorrow morning. The North Dakota DOT is shutting down a part of that highway for some overhead sign installation. Closures are scheduled to start at midnight, go until 3 tomorrow morning. That's between the Tri-Level and 25th Street. All eastbound lanes of 94 will then be closed to traffic for about half an hour.
Northbound I-29 to the eastbound I-94 ramp and southbound I-29 to that eastbound I-94 ramp will also be closed. Westbound I-94 traffic will not be impacted. The iconic Radio City Rockettes are bringing some Christmas cheer and that famous kick line to Las Vegas. They'll be showcased right there on the Exosphere. So this is the 360-degree exterior of the Sphere, which is brand new. It just debuted in Vegas.
Visitors will be able to see the stars of the Christmas Spectacular daily throughout the holiday season as they perform their precision choreography and that beloved kick line. Now, this is the first time that the Exosphere has featured live performers, and organizers say it's the most complex combination of real-life footage and animated content they have ever created.
I don't know. We were warming up on the commercial break, and I think we got a pretty good chance against these girls.
I think I have a pretty good chance of throwing out a hamstring, but yes. I would be up for the challenge.
Kick line, here we go.
Yeah, and speaking of Christmas, the national Christmas tree outside the White House took a bit of a tumble yesterday. That 40-foot tree tipped over during a strong wind gust in the D.C. area.
Yeah, crews lifted that Norway spruce right back up, though, and hopefully the video showed it getting ready. Everything's okay. The Grinch did not steal Christmas. It was simply a wind gust.
No, he did not. Anyway, thank you for joining us here.